Well, howdy there. So, my name is Jim Turner, and I am going to show my process of how I catch swarms. So, what I do is I take these um, little things that I bought from Timu or something, it was $9.99 or something, and I cut these into four little squares. And then what I do is I put them in some frames that I made. Scrap wood now. That's all I use is scrap wood. So So here's the so I just cut a little slit in there when I made the frames, and so that I can possibly do something like that someday. So I've got these frames that are now ready to go into my baiting nukes, and so I got like two of them here. I've already got one in a hive in the front, so I'll show it. I just now finished that one, and before I grab this phone, and so what I've got is one of those frames I just showed you. I just put in there, and I put some lemongrass oil around the entrance and in a bag, in a Q-tip, Ziploc baggie, and this is what it looks like. And there they are already investigating. So right there, that is, yep. So I just now put that one up, so that might take a while if anything's going to show up at all on that one. I've had um, I've had a hive in there, a baiting hive in there for I don't know since 2022. Never caught a thing. Like, where'd all the bees go? Right. So then, day before yesterday, I put a uh, baited hive in my peach tree, about 4 feet from my uh, main hive, and I went out there today. Was it yesterday or the day before? Oh, I put it up yesterday, the day before in the evening, the trap, and um, and so this morning I came out about 11 o'clock to verify everything, see what's going on. And what I've got this morning, I think it was 11 o'clock. So here's my hive. That's my main hive. They have not swarmed out. So my hive looks as big as it's always looked, and it is big. It's a big hive. There's many girls in there. So what I noticed when I came out this morning, I had this. So they already ate up all my sugar. They ate up all my sugar syrup already. All right, girls, I'll give you some more. So a queen obviously has gone in there this morning. So I'm going to assume that's a tiny swarm. It's not a very big swarm, but I'm just guessing. I can always hook up my camera. I got this camera that I hook up to my phone where you plug it in, charge, and I can actually. It has a little light at the end and a little camera, and I can peek in there and see. But I don't want to disturb them, so I'm probably just going to let them be for. I'll let them be for a week, and then I'll transport them over to that one. But that one's getting quite a bit of activity also. So I put that one also up at the same time. So that one is a baited hive, and I baited that one at the same time. Uh, 2 days ago, 2 days ago in the evening. Now, everything about my instincts about this catching bees, swarms and stuff, by having at least one hive, um, you you're going to get marauders, and so here in Eugene, it seems like the best time to catch swarms is in May, not in April. I went all out in April last month, and nothing. Ah. I kind of almost gave up, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to hit this hard. A couple days ago, I'm going to hit this catching a swarm thing hard. Um, because I started seeing drones coming out of my hive a couple weeks ago, and thought. So I baited these a couple days ago in the evening, 2 days ago, and I got bees all around that one over there going in and out, in and out. Sometimes they'll go in there and they'll stay for 5 minutes, maybe longer, I don't know, because there's multiple ones going in. And I watched them do the same thing, which was a day after I put it up there. So it wasn't even 24 hours after I initially put that hive up there that I started noticing a bunch of bees investigating it, going in and out. Both of them actually, both those two hives. So, and then I came out this morning and voila, there's a queen in there. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a queen in there. They're really defensive. This particular swarm is really aggressive towards me. They look like Cronulla bees. They're not mine. Mine are mostly Italian. My original bees, they look totally different than these. These are dark. So these are from somebody else's hive. I mean, if they would have been from if my hive had split, I would notice the difference in activity, but I see none. And I've got 3 boxes on there, and so I have 3 boxes, and I added a super about a month ago, so they got plenty of space. But you know, bees can swarm anytime, it's their nature. And so what I did this morning is I put a little caps of 1-to-1 sugar syrup up there to give them the energy, you know, because I really didn't expect to catch a swarm. So I just got a homemade frame that I put in there. You know, it's standard size for your standard beehive for a brood box frame size, and it had some old comb on it, just a little bit on around the edges. That was it, because I really didn't anticipate, you know, catching anything, especially this close to my other hive. And so I'll probably leave that one for about a week, and then if this one over here doesn't get a swarm into it, I'll likely transfer that one up there in the peach tree to the big one. Now they monitored both of those hives before they went in. I watched them on and, when I was out here on and off yesterday. I watched them on and off going into each one of those, but only one took today. So that took 2 days. It's quick, right? Pretty fast. And yeah, a swarm in 2 days of trying. And so I was making a comment about catching swarms. So if you have a beehive, you're going to have marauders from different hives coming around your hive all the time, investigating your hive for weakness, for opportunities, you know, to get in. And so the honey and stuff from your hive attracts other bees from other hives. And so they come to know your hive. And if you put nukes, baited nukes around your hive, that was only like 4 feet from my other entrance. You can see, like what, 4 feet maybe? Yeah, maybe. So yeah, that's really close. I didn't expect that. My hope was when I put it up was that if my hive was going to go into swarm mode, they would go up there. Excuse me, but no, those are Cronollas. Mine are not Cronollas. These are those black ones, you know. And they're really aggressive. So yesterday I was sitting here like I normally do when I'm relaxing, and I started seeing these Cronollas just buzzing my face. My bees, what they do is they don't buzz my face. They fly like in front of my face, and they just kind of hover. They don't like buzz me. These bees here are aggressive. Mine are really docile with me. Never been stung from this hive, except for ignorance on my part one time. I had it coming. So yeah, I knew better, and I did it anyway. It's one of those things, you know, I shouldn't do that because, and then you do it, You go, yeah, uh-huh. Right. Yeah, so I got that one. So I'm assuming that's a pretty small swarm, but I'm gonna go with the queens in there because they are really aggressive to protecting that hive already. Just since this morning, really aggressive. So I'm thinking that maybe she might have flew in there yesterday, and I don't know, who knows, right? I was here yesterday watching, and I just seen him inspecting it. But when you walk away, all kinds of things can break loose without you knowing it. So she could have flew in there last night with some bees. Yeah, these are aggressive ones, man. I don't know. I have to watch my P's and Q's because what these did yesterday, before they even took over that nuke box, they would buzz my face really intensely loud. And I could see there were canolas. There were the black ones. There were these. And my bees have never done that. Never since I had them. I've had them for over a year. So there's bees inspecting that one over there. And so I've got three baited. Well, I had three baited nukes. Now I got two baited nukes because one's got one's alive. It's alive. One's got a queen. I have to assume. What would you think? Would you think there's a queen there with all that kind of activity up there? Yeah, they're feeding in those little trays of sugar syrup I got in there, and yeah, you think there's a queen in there? I don't know. I'm gonna guess there is. Yeah. I mean, they're so protective. And man, there's nothing in that hive. Just just a frame, one frame, with but a little bit of bits of comb because I took all the comb off and I melted it all down on a bunch of my um, old wax frames, and so pretty cool, right? Yeah, pretty cool. So now I have two empty out of three. I got one hive that one swarm that went in, and so I'm waiting for two more. Wouldn't that be weird to have three hives with queens in them in one day? That'd be freaky, wouldn't it? I mean, especially so close. Look how close that one is to my original. That's my main hive. That's really close, man. You wouldn't think that they would, you know, swarm that close to another hive. Typically, what will happen is when bees swarm out of their original hive, they'll typically go 25 yards or more, swarm out. So, you know, that's not even 5 yards. So, look at that, but they're black. I don't know. But my hive looks as big and healthy as it did yesterday. It don't. The count looks the same. Now, the way that I would know if they actually swarmed out of my hive, because it is a small swarm that landed in there. Um, the only way that I would know if it was mine for sure is if in 2 weeks I start seeing no more navigational flights. So if there's no more navigational flights, maybe 3 weeks, because they hatch out 21 days. They come out, maybe as late as 7 days to nav. Oh, sorry, girl. She ran right in his phone head first. She went skydiving, and and so that's 21 plus 7. That's about a month. So in about a month from now, um, so that'd be like 21 days. So about 21 days, if I don't see navigation, because I see big navigational flights every day on my original hive here, every day. And if I don't see navigational flights for about a week, about 3 weeks from now or so, I'll know that little swarm came from my hive. They're so dark. but I'm not complaining. I was getting ready to do. I was gonna do a split today. I came out here, got all my stuff ready. I was gonna, split over to that hive over there, and then I saw all this activity in both of these baited nukes. I thought, well, wait a minute. Maybe I'll let nature take its place, or its course, possibly. And so, there you go. I got a queen up in that one, and I'm still gonna split this hive. Um, because it is a beast. Um, and I will keep you informed. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. If you subscribe to my channel, um, you can go into the subscription section and select my channel, and you can go into my playlist and you can watch all kinds of different stuff. I do different stuff: gardening, music. I play music, sing. Waiting for my fingers to heal to play the guitar. I had an accident and damaged my tendons in my fingers. So, but I'll play eventually again. Again, I will play again. Just, yeah, time, Got to give it time. And so, I got stuff about gardening and composting and vermiculture and just things I do. And so, yeah, please subscribe. It's free. And I'll keep you updated on the activity of my backyard bees. This is just really enjoyable. This is my blackberry bushes there. I got blackberries. Those are all mints. Behind me is a very large, and it's large, grapevine. And it goes all the way down, and those metal poles down there at the end, that's my walkway. Uh, so when I walk through, you've seen those movies, you walk through this path and the grapes are overhanging. Yeah, that's what I built. Pretty cool. So when I'm walking by it, I'm a little hungry. Grab a few grapes as I pass on by. And then I got blueberries over here. So they went in there and they pollinated all the blueberries, and they're going to be pollinating all those blackberries. You can see they're starting to open over there, so they'll get plenty of pollen and nectar from all those blackberries. And then I got raspberries. All those are raspberries over there. I got 2 rows of raspberries, and they're over there pollinating those like crazy. And then I've got more blackberries back in there. And these are flowers, and they flower in early fall. So typically when there's that dearth thing that people talk about, these things come on heavy, and those bees are just all in them. When nothing else is flowering around here, I got those going on. And I also have, so these are the raspberries. What they'll do is they'll produce one batch. So they're done. They're making new shoots for the next batch. These are double bloomers. So those raspberries there, they'll give shoots out in early spring. Then you get your raspberries in June, early June, and then that part of the process of the production is over, and then those stop producing eventually. But there's another shoot that comes out from the side of those that blossoms again in mid-July, and then it starts producing more raspberries, and that'll produce raspberries. I've gotten big raspberries up until the first week of December. Just depends upon the weather, what happened, global warming. And then I've got other raspberries. I got like 4 different kinds of raspberries growing over there. And then I've got walnut and hazelnut trees to the left there. And so I let a lot of things grow to flower this year because of the bees. I usually don't let my garden flower, but I left things in, and I knew they would flower this time of year. And those bees have been all in those, kale flowering and Brussels sprouts and just all kinds of things. Yeah. And so there you go. Looks like I caught myself a queen. Yeah. Cool, right? That's my first swarm I ever caught. Yeah. Thumbs up. Subscribe. Leave a comment. I'm very good at researching, I think. I do a lot of scientific study on things, lots of different topics. And if you have a question or a comment, because for me it's about knowing what kind of questions to ask. So when I go into AI, it's like that phrase, trash in, trash out. So it's about being able to um, come up with the right kind of phrases for AI to be able to give the most empirical answer that you're looking for, most important one. And that's what I do. I like doing that. It's fun and it's enjoyable for me to find out the facts, the evidence, and proof, and the empirical, reproducible evidence that's available to substantiate that. And that's what AI provides. You ever been in a situation where there's one thing you want to know about, but you have 10 different opinions? They're all different. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just going to go bury my head in this sandbox over here. Yeah, I don't do that. Since I was a child, I don't do that. I investigate. I'd go to the library and investigate for myself, find out the truth. But I usually wouldn't tell anybody, mostly, because people are already convinced of what they think that they know. They just ain't true. So I keep myself because, at first I would say things and then, especially my older siblings, they'd slap me around like, no, you stupid. Okay. you know. Yeah, I'm from a family of, there was 11 of us. I was in the middle, so yeah, I had to watch my P's and Q's. Let them be ignorant while I'm going, oh, okay, right on. Just don't slap me again. Yeah. So, all right. Oh, yeah, there's more girls going in that one over there. They look all excited. Oh my gosh. Look at that. They're all excited, jumping around like they just found a pot of gold at the end of the leprechaun's rainbow. Yeah, they're in and out there. Okay, well, now I know that in my area, oh yeah, there's a lot of them now. They're building up more and more. Now they're starting to fight with each other. They're starting to fight with each other. Starting to build up there, huh? Look at that. Gotta wonder where that queen's coming from. Oh, that's a lot of bees now. That's the most bees I've seen in there since I put that hive there the other day. Typically, there's only been like one or two. What it looks like to me, what I think I just witnessed, what I just witnessed was the bees fighting for dominance for the hive. So I'm thinking that there's some bees from different hives that are also looking for a home for their queen that's about ready to swarm out. So I think that that's a battle for that hive. I got another one out in front in the cherry tree. Go. So dang, I think I might go ahead and set up maybe 5 nukes out here. This is crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a structure set up. So I'll probably put a structure up there a little bit, a long structure, throw some bricks up or something, and toss up about another 4 or 5 more baited nukes. See what happens, right? Jeez, I might put 6 nukes out, baited nukes out here. I might have them all full by the end of this week. Wouldn't that be weird? I'll keep you updated. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'll let you know. Excuse me. Today is, I think today's the 28th of May. Yeah. So now that I know in my area the timing when things are really hot for catching swarms, right here where I'm sitting and chilling, I'll just catch them right here. I'll go put them in that big old tree, get a ladder and climb up there, and I just sit here and throw some bait in these boxes and say, that's how you catch swarms, in my opinion. Go put them around town. I used to think about when I first started thinking about getting, doing bees. I was saying, I'll go put them around town. I'll find out where somebody's got bees and all. So I think the trick is get a beehive. Go invest in the first beehive. Bees in your area will come to recognize your hive, um, and they will interact with your hive just because that's what they do in the wild. Inspect each other. What you doing, huh? What you doing, neighbor? Oh, you're building a bigger fence. Oh, you're putting in a new deck. Oh, oh, you're expanding new rooms. That's actually, do they think like we do? No, they think like bees do. We just see it from our perspective, but that's what's going on if you just kind of conceptualize it in its full format, right? Just yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to get a swarm over on that one over there. That is getting busier and busier by the minute. Look at that. Look how they're jumping around all excited. Like, I found a home for mommy. We need to go get mommy. Let's go get mommy. Bring her home. Bring her to her new home. She's going to like it. We got all this new furniture. Yeah. Do some, we can put up some trimming. Yeah, I laugh at myself all the time, man. I tell you what. Uh, yeah. The only time I don't laugh at myself is when I hit my thumb with a hammer. First time I do not laugh. Second time, yeah. You dummy, Jim. What's wrong with you, boy? Pay attention. Right? Um, yeah, so there you go. I'll keep you updated. Um, Maybe I'll make a video tomorrow and see if these other two baited hives have a queen. Stay tuned. Thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the bell, ring my bell, ring my bell. Bye now. I, I let you drive around my mind. I can count the times you made me feel like I'm nothing and played me like a fool, like a fool.